Empress Blue. Welcome to your May 2023 reading. Let's talk about the astrology as we prepare the cards, because this month's a big month astrologically. Same as last month, this will be a continuation of what we experienced throughout April. We have a Mercury retrograde, we have an eclipse, we're in eclipse season. We have Jupiter starting a new cycle. So there's a lot going on, okay? So this is activating Taurus, which is your second house. So this will be all about, for you, all this energy will be really directed at your income, your financial worth, your sense of security and stability, because you also have Mars moving through your fourth house. So this will be about your home and family and where you lay down roots. So following on from last month, the last month for you, Aries, was a huge month where you looked at yourself and your goals, your personal goals, your identity, your character, your personality, who you are. Like everything that makes up you as an Aries was really important. And last month we started a brand new series of eclipses that will continue for the next 18 months in your first house and your seventh house. So that access is about you and how you relate to other people. So most often the person that you're relating to in the seventh house is your partner, your marriage partner. So who you're in a relationship with. But it can be also business partners, and especially with the second house active King of Coins here. This could be about business relations, about clients, about ways that you make money. We also had, it was Aries season last month. So there's been a lot of work going on throughout the last few months around that, about your relations and your agreements and the agreement on how you're going to relate with other people, and emphasizing particularly your role within that agreement, who you are and who you're willing to be and who you're willing to demonstrate yourself as, who you're willing to project yourself out into the world as. And then as you sort of as you move through that journey, you are now moving into the second house, which it will bring in your values. So what you prioritize, what's important to you, and how you integrate that into this journey. So we have the Mercury retrograde here that started on April the 21st. So it started last month. Mercury will move direct on May 15th, but with the post-retrograde shadow there, you'll be under the influence of the Mercury retrograde all month. So that'll give you that time to sit back and really think about, think about and reevaluate and reflect on all the work you did last month. The other major thing that's happening is that Jupiter will be changing signs on May the 17th, and now that is huge for you because Jupiter's been with you since May last year. For the last 12 months you've had Jupiter with you, and when Jupiter moves through your sign, it creates this like really auspicious period for you. So you were the blessed zodiac sign, and all the blessings and all the abundance and all the solutions would flow to you so easily, and as a result you've really evolved and developed in the last 12 months, Aries. And now as Jupiter shifts into your second house, he'll be applying that energy to your finances and your resources and your level of security. Now you're coming into this reading with the Two of Cups, and as I mentioned, there's been those eclipses in the first house and the seventh house. So your relationships have been a big storyline last month and will continue to be this month. Now we do have another eclipse on May the 6th, and that's in Scorpio, representing your 8th house. Again, that's how we relate to other people on a deeper level. This is where we merge with other people. And it's shining that spotlight on your finances and your resources and who you are as a person as well. So I think by coming into the Two of Cups, it's telling me that you are involved in a connection, but it's positive. And you've got the Justice card as well that's come out, which is ruled by Libra. And you can see she's holding a set of scales here. And so Libra being the sign that's opposite you in the chart and represents that house of partnerships. So that's going to be a big theme again this month. And I think we've got the Seven of Cups here, and I think that's the confusion, and there's probably a lot going on in there, and maybe it's not very clear what these agreements are. The agreements haven't been clarified well enough, and so that there's a part of that is that residual energy from April is clarifying your agreements and being honest, and creating something that will be harmonious for both of you. Now, there may be a need to defend yourself and stand up for yourself, Aries, and I think you've come such a long way. You've progressed so much. I mean, you're literally coming out as the King of Coins here. You're in such a strong place right now, financially, as well as within your whole realm, your whole sphere of influence. You are in a really strong place. Now, a lot of the times when people step into a steady place like that, other people feel the need to bring you down. That can happen with the Seven of Wands. Sometimes that people want to compete with you or challenge you or demand that you justify how you have gotten to where you are. And with the Justice card here as well, you might have to justify some things, or they not have to, but there may be people that are demanding that you justify some things. And this is really a card that signifies making sure that you continue to stand steady in your place. And I think you will, the King of Coins here. You will stand up for yourself, and don't let these people or this situation shake you and knock you off the path that you're on. Now I'm seeing within the environment we've got the Four of Coins here, and that can signify a feeling that you need to protect your resources. And next to it with the Seven of Wands, that's that protective energy as well. So be wary of a need or of a feeling that you need to protect what's yours, because with the Four of Coins, it's coming from a place of lack. Okay, so it's coming from a place where there isn't any faith in the universal flow and universal abundance. And when you're worried that there isn't going to be enough, and you start to having to hoard or protect it or stop other people from taking what's yours, that's a really destructive place to be in. It blocks the abundance that Jupiter can bring to you in the 2nd house. So that's just a message there to be wary, and the universe and the environment will be showing you where you're holding that guard up out of fear that there isn't enough. Okay, and through that you'll be inspired. There will be this inspiration which will help you to identify new channels and new avenues where wealth and resources can flow to you. I do feel like you've been in limbo, waiting for something to happen. We've got the Hangman in the center of the reading, so waiting for something to come to fruition, or waiting for something to manifest, because it's only been, up until now, it's only been an idea, or it's been an inspiration or a passion, or it's been something that's been talked about but hasn't been manifested. But I see here with the World and the King of Coins and the Three of Wands, this month will be when that will turn around. This month will be when it starts to, whatever situation you've been waiting for appears in your reality. And I'd say that would be from Jupiter, from when Jupiter moves in on May the 17th, and then we move into Gemini season, May the 21st. We have a Taurus new moon on May the 20th as well. So around that 17th to 21st, that's the time really. And then the last week of May, when you'll start to see things shift and things will move forward. and Three of Wands, you know, things will start to appear in your reality. You'll start to see your ships coming in, and everything you've been working towards starts to make sense. And Six of Cups, you can see that the positivity of all the hard work you've put in the past starting to come through. And there's an influence here which I'm picking up in the cards with Saturn being in your 12th house. It moved into your 12th house in March, and I'm seeing that here with the World and with the Moon. So Saturn demanding that you put some structure in place and take that time out to look at your life from a higher perspective and see where you need to take more responsibility for yourself and for your actions. And what I'm seeing is that there is some things coming up from the past as well for you, Aries, that needs to be addressed, involving your resources, involving your worth. So this could be literally about your level of deservedness, or your sense of deservedness, with that Four of Coins here as well in the environment. So if you're a kind of person that does have trouble with your self-worth, or struggles to feel worthy or deserved, that will be coming up for you. Saturn will be demanding that you work on that throughout May, in preparation for what Jupiter can bring over the next 12 months. Jupiter can bring such amazing, incredible blessings to us, but only if we allow it. You know, it can only match what we're putting out. This is an inside-out job, and that applies to every aspect of your life. And Jupiter can only bring you what you're aligning with. And so if there is these stuck unconscious processes, unconscious patterns within your subconscious mind, you know, the Moon and the World, if that's operating and it's causing you to behave in certain ways, Jupiter will match that as well. You know, patterns, look, patterns. Exactly. So there's unconscious patterns going on within the subconscious mind that need to come up and need to be healed and need to be addressed. And we got the Knowledge card as well. Now that is the card of Mercury, this Mercury retrograde. So that's the perfect time when Mercury's slowed down and Mercury's allowing you that space to identify your thoughts and to go within and process those thoughts. It's a perfect time to do that work that I was talking about within the 12th house of unraveling any patterns of communication, of thoughts, communicating with the world, the universe, yourself, with other people. It can be as simple as and as subtle as stories that you tell other people. You know, if you have a story that you tell and repeat, maybe like, you know, of a time when you've lost money, or a time when you've you know, or just really like looking at the stories that you do tell and repeat. Are they stories of success and abundance and universal flow and wealth and worth and deservedness, or are they stories of the lack of those things? You know, it's looking at that when you're working with this Mercury retrograde, Aries. That's the work you can do. Ooh, we've got 4 cards came out. We have the Flying Fox, Self-Nurture. That's all that 4th house energy as well that I mentioned earlier. You've got Venus in the 4th house. You've got Mars in the 4th house. So it's time to nurture yourself through this energy that's coming through with the 2nd house. Because as well, the 2nd house is also the house of our values. So it tells us, it directs our values. Now, our values are they're a set of beliefs or of priorities or preferences that dictate our behaviors and our actions, which then through that they influence the outcome, like the experiences that we engage in our lives. So this could be a time as well to reflect on your values and reflect on what's important to you, what is significant in your life. Do you value money? You know, King of Coins, that money, it could be a really big topic for you, but only if that's what you're valuing. If you're valuing your health at the moment, or if you're valuing your family, or you're valuing a holiday, or, you know, energy will channel into that instead of money, you know. So do you value yourself and your body and your well-being? Because the cards are telling you to nurture yourself. And so if there's been a lack of emphasis on self and looking after yourself and tending to your own needs, this is a time when that will show up for you. We've got sun magic. The sun is the energy of the universe. It's the life-giving energy, okay? So that's what's coming out here too, is taking care of yourself, but taking care of your life force, okay? Because my dog's making all sorts of noises, sorry about that. If you're prioritizing things that take away from your life force, you know, so we have these, so when we're talking about values, we have values that are practiced values, and then we have values that are aspirational values. So what do we aspire to value? You may say that you value your body, say for example, but when you know, that's your aspirational values, but then in practice, you know, you're eating junk food, you're not exercising, you're drinking a lot of alcohol, then that's not your practiced values, okay? Maybe in your practice values are valuing more of numbing out these patterns so that you're not dealing with them. So that's what this sun energy is telling you. You need to it's shining a spotlight on that as well, on those practiced values compared to those aspirational values, and transforming them so that what you're practicing is helping you to feel that spark of life. And we have the kookaburra, we have laughter as well. So are you valuing fun and joy and bliss? Now we have Mars. On the 21st of May, Mars will move into your 5th house, and that is the house of joy and of laughter and of fun and letting your hair down. So at the end of the month, you know, the sun will move into Gemini, where you can into your 3rd house, which is a very creative house, and Mars will be in your 5th house. So at the end of the month, you could have a lot of fun and a lot of enjoyment. And if that's what you're valuing and that's what you're putting your energy towards, that's what will bring you this life force spark, you know. So the nurturing of yourself, but also nurturing of your connections that bring you a lot of joy. And we also have the blue ringed octopus, boundaries. Again, that brings us back to that valuing of yourself. If you value yourself, then you maintain healthy boundaries, and you know when to say no, and you know when to step back from projects and step back from business opportunities, or from anything that's blocking you from laughter and joy and bliss, and from what gives you that spark of life. So if your actions aren't reflecting that, then it's time to look at your boundaries. So when we're walking in alignment, the 7 of Wands here as well, when you're walking in alignment with your values, your aspirational values, the values that you really want to be walking in alignment with, that takes this 7 of Wands energy. It takes boundaries. It takes the ability to say no to the things that don't serve you, and no to the things that aren't for you, even in the face of haters, or in the face of people demanding that you be a certain way. 7 of Wands. Okay, people maybe from the past who knew you a certain way, 6 of Cups, and now they're demanding that you stay that way, and you've changed. Too late. You know, March and April was big months of change for you, Aries, and you need to stay firm in that, and maintain firm boundaries to make sure that person develops and continues to develop into a person of abundance. King of Coins. Let's clarify the 2 of Cups. We've got the Queen of Coins. Beautiful. The Ace of Cups. And the King of Swords. So if a lot of Aries may have experienced, like I said in the beginning, in April, when with those eclipses, there was a lot of focus on your relationships and marriage partners, your intimate partners. We've got the Queen of Coins here, who's the counterpart to the King of Coins. That's beautiful. This is your counter person. This is that person on the other side of that scale from you. With the Ace of Cups, some of you may have started a new relationship with the Two of Cups, and that continues to develop beautifully throughout May, if that's the case for you. That partner, if you've been in a long-term relationship, that partner is a place of like a sanctuary for you, and a place where you can come back to, that home space where you can come back to for that nurturing, for that life force energy. They can help you with that. They're a really positive influence on you. This doesn't have to be an intimate partner. It can be a business partner, a client. It can be someone you're in a one-on-one agreement, relationship, connection with. Alternatively, this is within yourself. This can be blending beautifully that divine quality of masculine and feminine in that earthly way. So blending in the action and the being, the allowing and receiving and receptivity. The Queen of Coins is all about receiving, and the King of Coins is about creating and earning and the action that's required to bring wealth together, and putting those two together so perfectly. It's beautiful and really makes your heart sing. Okay, let's clarify the Four of Coins. We have the Devil, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Wands. Interesting. So this is, I was saying about the Four of Coins, about that feeling like you need to protect something because there's a lack. And with the Devil there, that's really signifying, yes, that's not true. It's tricking you into thinking that there isn't enough of something and you're holding on very tightly. Now this could be connected, we've got the Knight of Cups here, it could be connected to this person not trusting it or not believing it, or holding too tightly thinking that it will disappear, or not allowing it into your life at all, thinking that if you allow it in it will just hurt you. Or if this is a person, or it could be a project, or something else that would make you very happy, and but you've got these walls up, these blocks up, and I think maybe you've got these blocks up because this person or this thing is a King of Wands energy. Is coming in as a King of Wands. It's like it's a leader, it's an inspiration, it's someone you think highly of, or something that you think highly of. And if you're dealing with this lack of self-worth, like I mentioned, you may feel like you're not good enough for this person or this thing, and in that scenario, you're sort of sabotaging this for yourself. If this is a business opportunity, it's feeling like not qualified enough, or not experienced enough, but that's not true. This is the Devil playing tricks on you, and like I said, you have worked so hard on leveling up and becoming more valuable to the world, and more valuable to the marketplace, and valuable to other people. You've developed so much, particularly over like March and April, but even over the last few years. You've developed so much. Your value has grown exponentially in every aspect, Aries, and all that it requires is for you to believe that. And once you believe that, that's when all these things, and not just believe it, but believe it and then walk in alignment with it, and maintain those boundaries, maintain that stance, maintain your position in the face of any obstacles, in the face of anyone who wants to challenge it. It's not proving, like you don't have to prove yourself to the universe, but you have to be consistent for there to be for it to flow into your experience consistently. So that's what that's all about. So let's get some cards that clarify what's being mirrored to you in your life right now, Aries. What's being mirrored to you? And you've got the light, radiant. We've got purification. And we've got clearing. Oh, wow. Purification and clearing. So that comes back to what I was saying about that 12th house energy with the world and the moon over here with Saturn in your 12th house, clearing any toxicity that's around self-worth, clearing up anything. So this situation over here that's happening where you may be in resistance, there's resistance there, that's your indication that there's things to clean up, there's things to be purged out of your system. There's old limiting beliefs, limiting patterns, limiting ways of being, limiting values that, or maybe you're valuing something that's expired, it's reached its expiry date and it no longer deserves your value and deserves to be prioritized, and that needs to be cleared and purified. Until you do that clearing, you'll be stuck in this Four of Coins type energy. But once you've cleared it, then you know the abundance that can flow to you is going to be so huge because of Jupiter there. And we've got the sunstone, the light radiant energy, and that connecting over here with the brown snake, sun, moon, sun magic energy. That's bringing back that life force, that spark. So as you're moving through May and you're looking around your environment, look at the situations you encounter. Are they reflecting back your life force and your radiance, and are they reflecting back bright, optimistic, inspirational situations, or are they reflecting back to you this resistance that you're carrying? Because that will be your indicator whether there's a need for purification or whether you're on track. So that's how the universe will be able to guide you this month, Aries, and to know how to progress through this energy, this weather. And that's your reading for May. I hope this was helpful. I hope you got something out of it, and I'm so grateful to have been a part of your creative journey this month. Looking forward to seeing you again in June. Thank you.